All right, checking in with us now, NFL analyst Ron Harris, of course, this AM to give us a skinny in the league. And the biggest shock, Ryan, of course, the Colts naming Jeff Saturday interim head coach. The big takeaway is, yes, we've heard he's a leader of men. Also, he's never coached on the collegiate level or NFL level. Big concern here, number one challenge for him stepping in.
Well, he's got to win the locker room. It's an amazing opportunity. Every one of us broadcasters have at least 2 coaching jobs that we want. But if you're in that locker room, you need to know you have a chance to win football games. What does that mean? That you can still develop, that he's calling the right plays. I like actually that he's saying that he's going to hand over the play calling duties. And if you look at what Jim Irsay said, he likes that there's no previous experience. But deeper, what's going on beyond the lines here? Chris Ballard laid it out. The GM for the Colts said they've been trying to hire Jeff Saturday to get him a part of the team. Is this the way anybody would like it? No, but this presents an interesting challenge, not only to the Rooney Rule, but also to every former player. The majority of players in the league and former players want him to be successful. Why? Because then we prove what we all know, that coaches are not as smart as players. So a lot's riding on this. Hopefully the players can win, but he's got to win that locker room. Otherwise, every player ultimately will have this shadow cast on their career the rest of the way.
Old linemen becoming head coaches. This just in, by the way, here on HQ. Ron Harris not interested in replacing Nathaniel Hackett there as the head coach of Denver. Oh, wait, we do have Ron Harris here. Your reaction to that news?
Well, I cannot confirm nor deny. I was approached about this, but I'm looking for more longevity, something more stable for my family and I. So we said no. If we were asked, that is, Brandon, if we were asked.
I mean, you just said there is always that 1 or 2 jobs that players do want. You sure about that? Are you really sure about that? I just got to ask.
Well, we're here in Denver, Colorado currently, and real nearby the CU Boulder area. Look, they haven't been bowl eligible. I can't even remember since, and I think I can win you 6 games with a little Peyton Manning magic that I remember from back in the day. So I like the college aspect, the private jets to go recruit kids down in Bermuda and other vacation destinations. So come on, Brandon, we're not just taking any job here.
Okay, that's still a yes or no, but we'll leave it as that. Stirring the pot there when it comes to the Broncos. Speaking of stirring the pot, Jerry Jones, the same thing when it comes to a free agent wide receiver. And Odell Beckham Jr., he said he could look very good with that star in his helmet. Likelihood of that happening? Do you like the news there from Jerry of possibly adding OBJ?
Now, I like it, but not as much as you and the other Cowboy fans, Brandon. I mean, this is real. They've got a real shot. And I love how Jerry Jones kind of mavericks this and really comes up against those lines trying to recruit players. Because Odell Beckham Jr. himself said he's looking for a multi-year deal. Now, interesting because this would be his 10th year in the NFL, and he's only then going to have had 2 years where he's played 16 games. But I don't know anybody else who, if they want to build a long-term stability in an area, would choose Green Bay or Buffalo over Detroit or New York. Or Dallas or New York. So for me, I think Dallas has a big shot to get him here. I don't know how you turn down New York and what Ben McAdoo's doing over there. Offensively, and Brian Daboll, he's got a young quarterback in Danny Dimes. So I really like the chances here for the Cowboys and Odell Beckham Jr. But remember, Brandon, there's always a team lurking in the shadows that hasn't been talked about. So he could go to that wild card 3rd team. But to me, it's between the Cowboys and the Giants. Who's going to give him more money for more years?
Just so you know, he mentioned he doesn't want to play when we're cold, so that means the Giants, the Packers, whoever else. I'm just saying, we have a dope. I'm just put it out there. I'm just saying.
Like I said, I believe they got a chance, not as much as the Cowboys fans are already buying the jerseys and just logically playing it out. Oh, he likes stars. He's going to be a Cowboy. He's a star. He wants to be a Cowboy.
All right, speaking of stars, elsewhere, Josh Allen has been evaluated for that UCL injury. Coach Sean McDermott is supposed to fill us in more today on that possible injury when it comes to his QB1. But if you're Buffalo, big deal here for a team that is considered the favorite to win it all, or no deal at all?
This is a big deal. Now, I will say, let's remember, he threw a pass 69 yards in the air at the end of the game. So clearly he has the ability to still throw. The question is, does throwing rip his UCL anymore, or does it aggravate the injury if it's torn or whatnot? Can he tighten it? Can he do different things this week? Can he learn to play with it? We talked a second ago about the Broncos people are forgetting that Russell Wilson has a torn rotator cuff in his throwing shoulder. So there are a lot of guys playing with injuries, and Josh Allen just might be the next one in the NFL. Also, the bigger thing here, they don't have to play him against the Vikings this weekend. And that's an out of conference game that you really do not need at the end of the day to establish your dominance. Yes, you want to continue to win to secure home field advantage, but not at the risk of losing your star quarterback. So this is a big deal, and all NFL eyes are watching what that Bills injury report's going to be saying today.
Interesting to see how that pans out there for Buffalo, of course, still trending in the AFC. Ryan Harris, as always, staying with us, not taking a job with the Broncos, so we can dispel all that fake news here, rolling with us as an analyst. Appreciate it as always, my friend. All things covered. You can catch the guys talking about it, Patrick Peterson and Brian McFadden. P2, by the way, getting some stuff off his chest. That recent win, the Vikings over his former squad, the Cardinals, and still looking for GM Steve Keim. Was looking for him after the game. I'm sure that's still the case. Download and listen to all that good content from those two.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.